So nowadays, if she's not there, so nobody has asked me that where did she go.
Sharp discussions.
Yes, very sharp discussions. Okay.
Yeah, the discussions are good.
Yes, we need to have something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, now coming back to what is Jagat? How far have you got?
You have already made it live?
Yes, made it like just now.
No, other two, they are joining now or?
No, they are not joining.
Okay.
They will listen at their peaceful time. Don't worry.
Okay.
So, continuing our Jagat. What else you find in Jagat?
So I have lost connection or people are still there?
No, the people are there. They are.
We want your response maybe. Additionally, if any.
Yeah, I got a little bit distracted because my husband came, my Bruno came, and then I want to let Bruno out of the room. So, okay. So then I thought something, and I also changed the room. The connection was not good in the earlier room. Okay, so you are asking some question, Vilas, or?
Yes, I am continuing from where we stopped yesterday. So,
On Jagat.
yes, what's the point in knowing Brahman without understanding what is Jagat?
Yeah, okay.
So now what else? We spoke something yesterday. Other than that, what else can we make up? So we spoke two things. One, what you said, Lata, wherein you sit in a room and then you forget all about home. And when you are with your parents, you forget all about job. That is correct. So that is what Jagat is. Then you play different role in a day. The same body is called as father and mother and all that. So it's a very strange thing that somebody responds to it. It's really strange. Actually, there is no response like that required. But we still do it so convincingly that there is a daughter in that being. There is a mother in that being. And that's the reason in the Nirvana Shataka, he says nothing of that is there. But still we do that. So what else you find in Jagat?
And the other thing is we are creating all this in our mind only. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
We see all that, we see all things outside, also you think. And then you create this associations and things inside the mind. It is stored, and based on that, everything comes up in the mind. And that awareness makes it happen. The consciousness makes it happen. So it's all kind of vrittis in the mind. Actually. And that's why it is called mithya. Because there's nothing out there, but then you are creating that in the mind.
No, that is correct.
I don't know how to say. Whether it came the way I wanted to tell, I don't know.
No, that is correct, Lata, but that has become again conceptual or theoretical. Now, what else can you find in Jagat? Is mind part of Jagat?
Mind is also part of Jagat, yes.
Okay, the answer is wrong.
The answer is wrong.
100% wrong.
Okay.
But so far our discussion, other than Brahman, everything is Jagat. Mind is part of Jagat, it is not Brahman.
No, wait, we have to get into Jivi, Jagat, Ishvara. We still have not gone to Jivi at all. We are still in Jagat. I want to know what all is Jagat.
Okay.
Then if you put everything in Jagat, then what remains in Jivi then?
Yeah. So, okay, fine. I was thinking only about Brahman and all the others. Okay, so that was the thing. I was not putting it in Vedantic context. Okay, but can no answer. Now I think what has become conscious because people are listening.
I think real thing is it should be Padma Shri. I am just following whatever Vilas says along with that without much argument. So my understanding of Jagat, yesterday I explained already. Additionally, if you ask me, whatever we do with using our with the Panchabhutas and using our Panchendriya, receiving information, and then Panchendriya action oriented one, whatever you do here is nothing but Jagat. And in that, lot of impression is created. We have memory with that, and we are recalling memory and we are acting. And for doing these actions, we need buddhi. So buddhi is also, for me, it is Jagat only. And when we, for doing the buddhi, using the buddhi, you need to have all that memory stored, required. That is nothing but chitta. And with ahankara, when we do it, it is Jagat. When you say without ahankara, anything you do, it is not Jagat. So Rupa and Nama brings together ahankara. Anything we do with that is nothing but Jagat. Anything we do without that is not Jagat, is my understanding.
Yeah. So Nama, Rupa, senses, sense objects are part of Jagat.
Then what is Jivi?
Not sure whether Guru is happy.
Yeah, Srihari. You wanted to say something.
No, I mean, what said? Yeah, sure. I mean, it is the same. What I also thought. What Bhatt has explained. Even the impressions, the memory that is gathered is also Jagat.
Good.
So then Vilas will ask the question, what is Jivi?
Next question is that, then what do you mean by Jivi?
After Jagat, you have Jivi, yeah? Oh,
That's what, no.
now we have to separate. We have mixed both. You want Jagat, Jivi and Ishvara.
Yes.
Then Brahman.
It's a 4-step process, sir.
Jagat. Jivi is with the conscious. In the Jagat, when the consciousness comes, then it is Jivi. And
Jivi can be roughly told as our subtle body, the mind, intellect with the consciousness shining on it.
I think so, yes. When you have all that together, it's called Jivi.
Yeah.
When
So
everything
Jivi-
is working together.
Correct. So actually when we remove all the associations, when you see somebody, if you don't associate anything like your father or mother or daughter or anything, you just see a form and you don't associate, you recognize probably as a human being but not further, then that is a Jivi. Then you are seeing it as a Jivi.
So 80 marks out of 100. Lata.
Okay.
I mean, I just have one doubt, Vilasya. So, Jagat is, if it is everything, there is one, this Kalidasa sloka or something where Vakarta Sampraktau, Vakarta Patipattaye, Jagata Pitaro Vande. So, there it says Vande Parvati Parameshwara. So, it says Parvati Parameshwara are parents for the Jagat. So, what does that mean in that case?
Now Jagat is whatever you are identifying, they are the parents. So we'll just come to that. We are still yet to come to Ishvara also. So we are still in GV.
Yeah, correct. We have finished Jagat.
No, we are not finished Jagat. We have only partially finished Jagat.
So, okay.
Anything Bhautika is called Jagat, Bhautika Jagat. Bhautika is nothing but you have all the attributes.
And then what does GV have?
When in this Bhautika, when that the consciousness when comes and sits and something happens through that, it's called GV. Basically, it's a Panchabhuta. When you have consciousness in that, it is GV.
Okay, then yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Lata.
Jagat includes all the lokas, whatever we have. It's not only the physical ones, right? It's all the other ones as well, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
All the lokas up to Brahma Loka, whatever it is, not only our, because when for us, when we say Jagat, the first thing which comes to our mind is the physical universe, because that's what we see. But that's not only the Jagat, it's the Jagat of all the 31 lokas of Buddhist or 14 lokas of Hinduism or whichever lokas or whatever heavens we have, all that are part of Jagat, up to Brahma Loka. Right?
Yes, that is there in the 7th shloka of the starting of Vivekachudamani.
Yeah, yes, correct. So all are part of Jagat. And all the beings there are also kind of all Jagat. Yes, whatever is identified and named are part of Jagat. Correct?
But then, yeah, it is partially correct. That last one is not correct. Then what happens to GV? If everything is Jagat, then what happens to GV? And that is the reason I got this vision.
Yeah, actually, yeah, correct. So, Jagat is, okay, all the lokas, whatever is there is part of Jagat. And also those associations you make, like the relationships and the names which you give are or special names you give.
That is also Jagat. That is also Jagat.
These are all Jagat.
Yes.
But if you simply say human being or just a cow and all that, those are GVs.
Yes.
Correct?
That is correct. So what does it have? So now we are yet to finish on Jagat. So let's not jump between things.
Okay, fine.
First let's see, there are three things: GV, Jagat, Ishvara. So we started with Jagat, then we'll go to GV, then we'll go to Ishvara, then we will see what is Brahman. So you should experience in that way.
Yeah, correct.
If we mix everything, then we are what we are today.
Yeah, that's how we are. Correct, everything is mixed up.
And Sri Hari, about your Parvati Parameshwara, that will come when you come to Ishvara. So we're yet far away.
Yeah, far away. Both are Ishwaras.
And we are saying Parameshwara. It is not Ishvara. It's beyond that.
Oh, beyond that. Okay.
So we are talking the fourth one, which is Turiya.
It's a poetic way of telling whatever we are discussing now.
Yes.
So this maximum understanding, Vilas, is the Jagat is the thing. If I come to think from myself, what is Jagat? I'm not what I experience. It's all the association which is created in the mind, like the family and then home or the place or the where you work, the colleagues, or even Bruno. I named him also as Bruno. Is my dog. All that, whatever associations you create in the mind. Okay, those are I consider as Jagat.
Correct. Agreed. But there is one important thing which we have missed, without which Jagat can never happen.
And we also say it is mine and I.
No, that will come because of that one only.
Correct.
Without that, you cannot.
Yes,
There is no Jagat without that.
correct.
What is that?
And that is the consciousness only, right?
No. We are yet very far away from. We are yet to reach Ishvara. Once you all the three say I give up, then I will say the answer.
Maybe I know, but I am not able to place it.
Fine, no problem. You take time. I am in no urgency. We can even do it on Monday. I am already playing a soft flute there, so people listening will be hearing flute when we are not talking.
Okay. They can also answer, no?
No, nobody has joined as of now.
Okay, fine.
They will always, I always see people watch post production, so then they watch and they talk.
Okay. So after the leisure, they will listen. Okay.
Yes. Really putting you in most of the difficulty now with Vedanta.
Yeah, but I think you have to make us think like this, otherwise you will not get it yourself.
Yes, that's what I feel. So, when you were talking about Tapovanji Maharaj doing to Chinmayananda, what he did was right.
Yeah, otherwise you will not learn.
Yes, you will feel that anyway my Guru is there, he will tell me, so what is that, why is it that I need to do something about it?
Yeah, so and I like it because I'm not been doing this contemplation for long now.
So, you were saying I'm complacent, so now I've thrown a thing at you. Now you do.
Yeah, correct.
So what I have done now is I have muted my microphone and they are going to listen only the flute.
about GV, right?
No,
No, we are in Jagat only.
In Jagat only.
Still Jagat, huh? Another 20%.
yeah, until it,
I think I don't know, I can say it's part of Jagat. It's whatever Jagat is also whatever is getting born and whatever is dying.
that is correct. That is also part of it, which is good. But there is one important thing without which there is no Jagat. Jagat only is coming and Jagat only is going, but it has GV along with that. So when you sleep, the Jagat is gone, but the GV is alive. Correct?
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Yes. So Jagat existence is only dependent on GV. There is no Jagat.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot
That
find,
is what very tough to understand, that particular part.
without GV there is no Jagat. And without,
Because Jagat is able to identify GV is able to identify Jagat.
yes,
Means
Yeah.
Jagat is there. That's the reason GV is able to identify.
Correct.
If Jagat is not there, is a tarka I'm talking about. Then how GV will identify?
yes, that with GV,
It is not. It is. You see, it is mithya, but it is not completely wrong. It is not sulu. It is mithya.
that is
That
the,
means
no, now you have become Dvaiti, but you have to change your,
I know. It goes with any argument. I know.
Yeah, that is true.
Table
Because
is there in
GV,
front of me. I am touching. I am feeling. Okay.
yes.
Now it is there, but whether I am there or not, it is there. But I am able to understand that it's a table if I have that consciousness within me, because I need to understand. A tarka point of view I'm talking.
correct.
That means from Advaita point of view, same tarka. How to say that table is not there?
Now this is where Shankaracharya gets 0 point and Madhvacharya gets 100 point. And hence he says Jagat Satya, Brahman Satya.
But the word mithya is because the table is there now, not sure that it is there future, not sure that it was there past also. It was in some other form. In front of me right now, table is there. That is Satya.
Correct?
But Shankaracharya says the same Satya, he says, don't call that Satya. Satya you can call if it is eternal. But this is not eternal. That's the reason it's mithya.
Correct. Right. So now, which is GV, which is Jagat, which is Ishvara, which is Parameshvara? If you can really
GV, see, in this case, GV is that the human being along
wait,
with the
wait.
consciousness.
No, wait. No, I didn't ask about GV. I'm still in Jagat. We are
With
not.
Jagat.
I will not allow you to move an inch into GV.
But if you realize all 3, 4 now, today only, guaranteed. Enlightenment.
No, that is the
that's
idea.
why
That is the idea. You can talk anything you want on Jagat, but you cannot jump to GV.
the name table you give is part of Jagat. And the shape which you gave, that's also Jagat. When you are not in front of the table, you are not seeing the table, right? You are not sensing the table via any of your senses. But in your memory, it is stored that a table is there. So you bring that up.
Correct. Anything that you are experiencing is Jagat. Simple.
Yeah.
Anything that experiencing is Jagat. Yeah.
Through
There's
your
no doubt in that.
senses.
There is no doubt in that.
But there is one important thing without which you cannot experience.
One important thing, you can experience if there is experiencer.
Now you went directly to Ishvara.
Oh.
Sorry, sir. Wrong number.
Ego.
No.
So really you should attempt.
You are already at 90%, so maybe whatever you have explained is that is good enough. Maybe I'm like at maybe 50% of.
The percentage computation is Jagat.
Thinking.
Yeah, think. So much time. Even my wife is also thinking. I also put her on a thinking. Think.
The time?
No.
Is it knowledge?
No.
Is it that chakshu inside?
No.
See, we can experience things only if you have time.
Yes, but that has got nothing to do with Jagat as such. It is part of Jagat. All that experience itself is Kala and Desha.
Kala and Desha, correct. So that's what. Without Kala and Desha, there is no experience of Jagat possible.
So when I say all that what you experience is should be in past, present and future, which is Kala, and it should have a place which is Desha.
Correct.
So there's no point in again saying that okay, now experience we have said. Now we can't now split it into two parts. One is Kala and one is
Okay.
But if you are in deep sleep, the Kala and Desha is not there, you are not experiencing.
yes, there is no Jagat.
There is no Jagat. Correct. We need a mind to experience the Jagat, right?
I think so.
Yes, you require mind, but is mind part of Jagat? Is the question.
Mind is part of GV.
Mind is part of GV. Then what is Jagat? Super fun.
Sukshma Sharira is not Jagat.
Have you seen Sukshma Sharira?
That is part of GV, no?
Yes.
Sukshma Sharira is GV.
Whatever you experience is Jagat.
Through Sukshma Sharira, you are experiencing.
You leave that aside for time being. You will first finish Jagat. You have missed one important. I'm giving some clue also. Without which you cannot.
Last time you said you have prana.
No, you leave that. Forget prana. If I
Prana
have
is part of Sukshma Sharira.
no, if I have said it, my apologies. Fine, leave it.
You said without Uchvasa and Nishvasa, you cannot do that. That's what I remember.
Yes, that is Jivi. That is Jivi. That is nothing to do with Jagat.
Correct. Yeah.
You can close your eyes and sit.
I am doing the same thing.
Yeah. So there is no Jivi. Sorry, there is no Jagat now.
Chakshu.
Where Chakshu? You are closing your eyes. You closed your eyes.
I have closed my eyes, but still I cannot feel
What will you feel?
chair.
Nothing.
Because I am sitting. I know I am a feeling of the chair.
No.
Other than that, nothing.
That's a memory, no?
No, that is yeah, that's right. That is memory. Now, right now, I'm speaking, so you are hearing to me. So where is the question of
Yes.
chair?
That is sound.
The sound, but where is the chair now?
Only vision is not there. Rest is all there.
No. Where is the chair? If you are hearing to me properly, there is no chair. You will not feel the chair.
Yes. When I hearing, no chair. Yes. Attention is only one at a time.
Yes,
That's right.
absolutely.
Yeah, yes. Correct. And even you will not even feel there is a chair.
Exactly.
Correct.
And
If
so,
I give attention, nothing. No pain, nothing. It's only attention given.
yes, that is Ishvara. So now we are yet
What?
to finish Jagat.
Attention.
Yeah, attention is, awareness is Ishvara only. So where is Jagat? I'm asking Jagat.
Yeah. I thought we have crossed that now.
No. We are still in Jagat only. It is like you thinking the flight has landed in Sunnyvale or San Francisco while the flight is yet to take off from Bangalore. Like that it is.
Jagat is only during Jagrata Avastha.
Okay, that is conceptual. Leave it.
I have all kind of emotions. That is
That is
only in
Jivi.
Jagat.
No, that is Jivi.
That is
Pleasure and pain.
Yes, that is Jivi. Jagat doesn't experience your pleasure and pain.
yes. Jagat is Jada. Can I say that?
Almost
Okay.
right. Okay. At least some ray of hope.
Inert.
Jagat is Panchabhutas only.
Got it. Without that, you cannot experience Jagat. Now, whatever you speak loudly.
Jagat is
You
Panchabhutas only.
yes, wherever you see Panchabhuta. Without which there is no Jagat.
But this statement yesterday also but made, no?
What?
Oh, it's Panchabhutas.
No, he spoke about 5 indriyas, Jnana Indriya, Karma. He added
I
everything.
think he did.
No, he added everything. Now he said only.
Okay.
Okay.
I am looking at that only.
Oh, okay, fine.
Oh my God! Actually, consciously, I have not done that because you have triggered that to speak something like that. Because
Yeah,
he said
but-
that is not, this is not.
Yeah, but now, since we arrived at it, but in this way, you will never forget.
Yeah. Now
Rather than,
it's very strong. Very strong.
Rather than Vilas telling, okay, this Panchabhuta, we'll hear it and then go, okay, fine, done.
So when you sleep, what happens? Panchabhutas are not there to experience.
Resolved.
So you cannot identify.
But then-
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but we don't experience Panchabhutas like that.
No, you
I'm
experience.
talking about the actual experience. I'm talking
Actual
about.
experience only you are experiencing Panchabhuta, but you are calling it by a different name.
Yeah, that is fine. So
No, that is not
what
fine.
you did,
No, that is not fine. That is the problem.
no, that is a problem. What I'm trying to say is, So everything we are creating within the mind. What I'm trying to say is we don't see Panchabhutas like that.
No, you.
I don't know how to explain it.
No, I'll give you a simple example answer to that. Now, when you say bhat, what are you calling? You are calling bhat or you are calling the body?
We are calling the body only.
That is Panchabhuta. Now, what happens at death is the body remains here only. It's inert.
Correct.
Jada.
Exactly.
So when
Yes.
we say Jagat is Jada, what it means is only Panchabhuta.
Okay.
Everything else is Jivi only.
Yes. Insentient is whatever is having that insentient is all Jagat.
And when you say table, it is there is no table out there. What is there is wood,
Wood. Correct.
which is the Prithvi element only, Prithvi Dhatu. But instead of Prithvi Dhatu, you are seeing what? Table.
We are saying table. Correct.
That is what consciousness can do for you. It will change the object and subject. So we have gone to Ishvara. So let us first resolve Jagat. Jagat can be experienced only when there is 5 elements.
So all Chara is Jagat.
Yes, all Chara, Achara is Jagat. That's what we call, no?
So Achara is understood. Chara means because of this temperature, right? Movement.
No. Chara is what is moving.
Yes.
All the beings which are moving with their bodies, right? And that is what Jagat is made up of. So,
Jivis are moving, but even
no,
the
Jivi
Jivis are also moving. For example, if there is earthquake, the stone will start
moving.
falling, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Moving.
So that is Achara. That means it will happen if there is a special force. By its own nature, it will not move.
No.
So if you take without consciousness, let's say, everything is Achara only, right?
Yes.
So when we say Parthiva Sharira, what we are talking? Prithvi.
It's only
Whatever is solid has high percentage of Prithvi.
Yeah, so when we say dead body, actually what it meant is Parthiva Sharira.
Yes.
So you have a solid substance in your home, and you don't know what to do with that now.
Yes.
So you throw to dustbin, and the dustbin is that crematorium. Or you dig and put that inside, that's all. So from the beginning, it was only that, Prithvi only. It never became later.
Yeah, correct. True.
It was from
Just
the
because
beginning.
it is animated and moving doesn't mean that it was something different.
Yes. The GV was using that home. Home remains, but the GV is gone.
TV goes off.
So now what you say? As soon as the person is dead, they say, when is the body coming? Nobody will say, when is that person coming?
Yes.
Why? Because you know, from the beginning, it was only the body. Whether you believe it or you don't believe it, immediately after death, the person says that, when is the body coming? Even though I give a call to my relatives and say my mother passed away just few minutes back, the next answer from other side, without even pause, is the body there in hospital or at home?
Yeah.
So that is what Jagat is all about.
Somebody says body, if it is our close relation, we don't like that word also.
But still we say, no?
Yeah. But that's what so much attached.
But yet that son or daughter or father or mother will say the same thing. Yeah, my son's body is coming at so and so time, or my father's body is coming at so and so time. He will
Correct.
ultimately use the word
father, mother will be there. Yes.
will be there, but he'll also say body.
Yeah.
But I will not say father is coming, mother is
Yeah,
coming.
father is coming. Yes, there's no father or mother or brother or sister coming there.
Correct.
So what's the point? So done with
So,
Jagat. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say Jagat is done now.
Yeah, so Jagat has three portions. First portion is what you see, like you're sitting in a room and you forget all about other things, that is Jagat. And when you sit, people will recognize you as different persons or personality is again Jagat. And ultimately the five elements is Jagat.
Yeah, correct.
Now,
Such
yeah.
yeah.
One minute. 5 elements I have understood. The other one, when you see others,
They are going.
it is also 5 elements only, no? 5 elements only.
But do you?
Correct.
But do you see? But do you see as five element? If
Now,
you
see, I see table, for example. It is Jagat. I cannot see as 5 elements. I can see as a table. The moment I break it, then yes, 5 elements.
See, but when you are sitting, okay, and you are anyway, the body is 5 elements. There is
Yeah.
a GV inside you, that let's forget. But then your wife will come. She'll recognize you as husband. Your daughters will come and recognize you as father. Okay, so there is actually no father and no husband. So those recognition which happens, that is also part of Jagat.
Oh, like father, mother relation.
Father, mother. But they don't see you as the 5 elements, right? They say you are that. And somebody else, I come and see you, I say you are but. All that is part of Jagat.
Yes. Okay, and one more thing you said?
one more thing is
The
like
world.
when you do one,
You're sitting-
the other is removed.
Now you are listening to Vilas, so you have forgotten maybe some projects of ABP or the work life or whatever you are sitting in US or your family. Maybe if you are really attentive, then you would have forgotten. So those are the worlds which we create in our mind.
That means when I move from one topic to another topic, it is experience of Jagat.
Yes.
Yes.
And not only that, you were moving from one room to another room, that is again Jagat. There was no room earlier. You created it.
Oh, as long as you are focusing in one thing, not deviating, then it is not Jagat. Because your attention, full attention is there.
This is where Shankaracharya wins 100 points. So he says, look at it, it's mithya.
Because you are moving.
Yeah, you have created it and it is going. As you
It's my
create
world.
it and it is going. My world you are creating and going. But when you sit in one place, none of it exists. Nobody exists actually. Even you forget yourself, because when you are sitting, simply you don't even think, no, I am but.
Yeah.
You are just there. You're just aware of you are there. That's it.
Correct.
So that is the
This
second
is
one.
very, very good for meditation, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, correct. And then your name or whatever you are will come in relation to something else only. By yourself, you are nothing. You don't have a name, you don't have a relation, you don't have anything. When you relate it to something else, if you relate it to your wife, you become a husband. If there is no kid, there is no husband.
So in a nutshell, all experiences, all relationships, all identification is Jagat with 5 elements. Without the 5 elements, there cannot be any experience, there cannot be any relationships.
Yep.
And there cannot be any identification also. What will you identify? So, Jada remains as Jada. You have named it something and you believe that it is something, and then the world gets created. So, my world is my son and my wife. All the three are Jada only. There is no son, there is no wife, there is no husband.
Before you used to make this statement, I never used to understand only what you're trying to say.
This is what I used to say.
Yeah, you used to say it from many months. Many times you have told. So I used to always wonder, how can you say like that? I never understood actually.
Yeah, my wife keeps on.
Quite long time.
No, my wife keeps on telling me when I go to somebody's home, and immediately what comes is when my wife is dead, and others are startled. How can you say like that? And my wife says that he is used to saying that, but actually it is foolishness. That never.
You killed her many times.
I've killed her. I kill her on a daily basis, not many times.
Yeah.
And I put myself in the same situation. See,
Yeah, but it's a very, very subtle thing. It is very difficult to understand when you say that you don't have a son or a mother or father and all. It is very difficult to get it at a deeper level.
correct. So you set.
Once you get it, then things become clearer.
Yes. So it looks in the world, when we say world, where they preserve identification, then they preserve relationships, they preserve experience, it becomes very difficult for them to let go of it, and hence Madhvacharya is right. Jagat Satya. Okay, let us end for today because we have finished Jagat. Maybe you can reflect upon it and meet Monday with GV.
Oh, it's already 9:30.
No, 9:22, but if I start GV, that will at least, we have to spend another 1 hour. This is all Jagat is.
Okay, good. Now we can meditate upon these three things.
Yes.
What is Jagat?
Yes.
But this is a very first topic. Today I got that some sense of satisfaction after listening to this.
Good.
Yeah, because we did this. We did
So far, really, it was theory for me.
Yeah. So if you hear, it will be lost. But if you derive on your own, it will stay with you.
Yes.
It's like a studying,
I
no?
mean, second.
When you study, somebody teaches you, you will understand and you go. But you understand by yourself, it will stay with you. The same thing.
So, final point is, without the 5 elements, you cannot identify, you cannot experience, nor you can say that, what I can say. Yeah, the 3 things. I totally forgot the third one. Anyway, I don't know what I.
Today's 3 things.
But remember,
5 elements. Yeah. Relationship.
Relationship. I miss relationship. So you identify.
I have noted down.
So
Because there is nothing without relation here. Everything is relation based.
yes. So first comes identification. Second comes relationship. Third comes experience.
So if you really understand at a deep level, you will be able to meditate very easily.
Yes.
You sit and then the Jagat will disappear. And then you can meditate.
And leaving only GV,
Yes, only GV. Yes.
which is suffering. Then the suffering starts.
Correct.
Then the prarabdha karma and sanchita karma, agami.
All are anyway, the GV is coming to this home to experience or suffer or enjoy or whatever. So the real thing is the GV which will come.
Yes. Then we have to cross over to Ishvara.
Ishvara, correct.
Then Paramatma or Parameshvara. That is
If
liberation.
there is if there is no Jagat, and when we identify what is Jagat, what is the suffering then in that way for GV?
Hold on, Monday you will come
Because
to
of
know.
Jagat only is
No,
right?
Monday you will come to know, my dear friend. You have to give me
You
time
have,
to.
you have stored many things and kept theory in the mind.
Okay.
That will trouble you. Even you close your eyes and sit. There's another world will come.
Yeah.
That is your world.
Now I get it.
Your own world. See you and you will feel dirty. Oh, you are like this. Sometimes I observe myself and feel, oh, why these things are coming up? But you should be able to observe it, those impulses which comes up.
Okay.
And that's why because of that only we have come into this bodies. Okay, fine. So
All right.
let's not
Good day. Good
jump
day.
the gun. Fine.
Yes, we'll take it as part of GV.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.